The 2024 Oscars are officially over, which means our 2023 movie season is officially over. We're finally at the end of it. I know it's pretty late. March Oscars, it's too late. Next year, they got to change it. We got to have the Oscars in, early February, late February. No more March. We don't need the Oscars in March. It's just way too late. But I'm here to give you my thoughts on the Oscars. And I actually had a really fun time this year. Kind of felt like a celebration of the movies, kind of felt like a party, what it should feel like every single year. We shouldn't have any of this, slap stuff. No slapping people, Will Smith. We already got past that. It should be a celebration, should be a party of the movies, and that's what this year felt like. Probably my favorite ceremony since maybe like 2019, 2020, maybe, because the Parasite ceremony was, my favorite until this one. I think this one is now my favorite one I've seen so far as I've gotten more into the movie or business, reviewing movies, taking award, going, finding award predictions, going through all that, learning about all these different circumstances. And yeah, I really enjoyed it a lot. Jimmy Kimmel was our host once again. I actually really enjoyed his monologue. I know a lot of people on Twitter didn't like his monologue, especially his jokes towards Robert Downey Jr. I didn't have a problem with them. I think it's just a joke. Just take it as a joke. There shouldn't be an issue with it. I mean, other people joke about worse things, so I didn't really have a problem with it. I think that he really does a good job at celebrating the films, but also doing a job at doing the jokes. But there are better hosts out there. I think that, I think he should be done after this. You should get a better host. You should get John Mulaney. Just look at what John Mulaney did. He made a damn Madam Web joke.
And he was in the Amazon with my mother when she was researching spiders just before she died.
The joke was hilarious. We had like two Madam Web jokes. That's ridiculous. That just shows how bad Madam Web was. If you don't believe me, just look. Just look at the Oscars. And I bet half the people in the Oscar audience don't know what the hell a Madam Web is and what the hell they're searching for in the Amazon. I don't even know at this point. And then I will talk about some other funny moments before we get to the winners. John Cena walking on stage naked, presenting the costume award. That was one of the highlights of the night because John Cena, he's known for doing silly things. He has a lot of fun. He's one of my favorite, stars in the world because man is just very humble. He knows who he is. He knows, where he came from, wrestling and all that, and he just has a lot of fun with it. Jimmy Kimmel, I think, was having a lot of fun with it. Of course, he wasn't like fully naked, but it did look like that from the telecast, and I thought it was a really fun gag. So I thought that was one of the highlights of the night. But I will say my favorite highlight of the night, and you can probably tell from a hoodie, was Ryan Gosling's performance of I'm Just Ken. I think that was the best part of the night, and I thought that everyone in the audience enjoyed it. I think everyone at their house was enjoying it. I saw all the tweets on Twitter about it. Ryan Gosling is my favorite actor of all time, and I'm Just Ken, the sequence from last year, was easily probably my favorite scene of last year. I was just absolutely mesmerized by the dance sequence in Barbie. I thought Ryan Gosling did a great job. He does a great job singing anything, especially in La La Land. One of my favorite performances of all time. But this performance was awesome. He had like 40 extras. He had people from Barbie come on, and he let Margot Robbie sing it, America Ferrera, Greta Gerwig, let all of them sing it. And I think that's kind of funny considering some women that I've seen on Twitter kind of hating on the I'm Just Ken song, saying it shouldn't be about Ken, it shouldn't be at the minute, it should be about Barbie. But then you see Greta Gerwig, Margot Robbie, and America Ferrera celebrating this song during the performance. So I think that's kind of funny. Like everyone loved this song, and then he lets Emma Stone sing some of that. I think that's really awesome. Seeing, as a big La La Land fan, they were both in the movie together. Everyone loves them together. I think that's just a really fun part. I love how he started, love how he ended it. It's just, I think it's the best performance we've seen out of Oscars so far. It just felt so fun. Felt like such a, live performance. And I think Ryan Gosling really owned the stage. He knows how to take control, knows how to have fun time with something. And I cannot wait to see him in The Fall Guy. But let's talk about the winners. For original screenplay, we had Anatomy of a Fall win this. I wasn't mad about this one. I did pick The Holdovers, but I said my second choice would be Anatomy of a Fall, and I did end up winning. Adapted screenplay, American Fiction won this one. Took it over Oppenheimer. That was also my second choice. So my second choice is one for, writing. I didn't get any of the writing ones correct, which sucks. But American Fiction did deserve it. Visual effects, Godzilla Minus One took this one home. Very proud of them because this movie was made for like a 10 million or less budget. Probably pretty hard to do all that with that little bit of budget, but the visual effects look great. Wasn't my pick, but I'm very happy for them to win this. But where the hell is the physical or digital release? I want to rewatch the damn movie. How long do we have to wait for that? The Zone of Interest actually won for Best Sound, taking it over Oppenheimer. This is actually something that I was looking forward to see if they're going to win, because the sound on the Zone of Interest is just so terrifying. I was not prepared for how terrifying that was going to be, but it's so terrifying just hearing the screams in the background. It was either going to be that or Oppenheimer, and it was The Zone of Interest. And for production design and costume design, Poor Things actually ended up taking home. Very happy for Poor Things. It took home the second most amount of Oscars this year with four. And Poor Things, I think it deserved both those wins. I ended up picking those wins for that. And a lot of people were calling me crazy. They were like, Barbie's gonna win costume design, production design. And I was like, no way, no way. Poor Things is just more unique and I think more original. And if you watch every single scene, I think every single scene was filmed on a built set. So I think that's really cool. And I just loved how unique, how everything looks so detailed, designed, steampunk kind of world. I thought that was awesome. For original song, What Was I Made For one by Billie Eilish. This is the one that I wasn't, this is probably the one that I was the most upset about because I think the I'm Just Ken song and performance was the best part of the night. And I feel like it's the most, experience worthy song of the Barbie movie. And it's actually a performance inside the movie. So I was pretty upset about that. But Billie Eilish, she kind of made history, I think, with her being the youngest person to have two wins for original song. So good for her. For original score, Oppenheimer ended up taking it home. Of course, we all knew that Ludwig was going to take this one home. So cool for him to have two Oscar wins, one for Black Panther, one for this, and he actually also has three nominations, with the other one being Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So it's cool that he has two wins now, three nominations. That's pretty good for him. And that score, can you hear the music? What a great score. For makeup and hairstyle, Poor Things also took this one home over Maestro. People thought this was a surprise. I didn't think it was a surprise. I thought that Maestro was just Bradley Cooper, while Poor Things was Willem Dafoe, and then you have Emma Stone's wild hairstyles throughout the movie. You have Mark Ruffalo's wild hair, and you have, so many other things going on in this movie. I thought the makeup and hairstyling in Poor Things was just so pristine and so well realized. I love what they were going for there, so I'm very happy they won for that one. For international feature film, I only saw two of these, but Zone of Interest did end up winning, the one I predicted, the one I did see. So I'm very happy for that. It's a horrifying film, not for everyone, but I thought it was great. For film editing and cinematography, Oppenheimer also took both these home. These are both very expected. I love the editing on Oppenheimer, so I'm glad I took it home. Hoytema and Hoytema, though, so glad he got his first Oscar for Oppenheimer. I'm mad that he didn't get nominated for Nope last year. I'm mad that he never got nominated or won for Interstellar. That's crazy in my opinion. I don't know how he didn't win for those, but I'm so glad that he won. And Oppenheimer has some amazing cinematography. For animated feature, another big surprise here. The Boy and the Heron ended up taking home, which I think that this was also a big upset because I think Spider-Verse deserved to win this. But The Boy and the Heron actually did take it home. Miyazaki wasn't there, which is kind of surprising. A lot of people, I do think that people thought this was his last film, so that's why they gave him this award. But he supposedly is making more films. I thought it was a great film, but I still feel like Spider-Verse deserved to win because I feel like it was a more monumental film, more of a masterpiece of a film, and meant more for the, animation genre. For actor in a supporting role, of course, Robert Downey Jr. won. We all knew that this was going to happen. No one's surprised here. So glad that they won. Loved his speech. Devindra Randolph won for actor and his actress in the supporting role. We all knew that this would happen. She was sweeping every single award show. Her speech was awesome. She basically started the night off. So glad for her. Actress in the leading role, Emma Stone took this one home. A lot of people thought this was surprising, but I had her locked in since I saw Poor Things like 2 months ago. I think that this is more of a leading performance compared to Lily Gladstone. Thought Lily Gladstone was great, but I don't know why she left supporting. I think that she would have easily won there. Didn't think that she was the lead of that movie. I thought Leo was the lead of that movie because of the screen time difference. But Emma Stone, her performance as Bella Baxter was insanely impressive, insanely brave, and just every. I think she knocked out of the park every single line that she read. She gave a hilarious performance, kind of a sad performance at times. And I just thought that, her role was so well realized, and Yorgos did an amazing job directing her there. For actor in a leading role, Cillian Murphy ended up taking it home for Oppenheimer. We all knew this was going to happen. This is all also not a big surprise for us. And best director, Christopher Nolan ended up taking home his first best director win. He was so long overdue. He should have won for like Dunkirk, should have won for Interstellar. I don't know how he didn't win for any of those, but he finally won for Oppenheimer. It just proves, I guess, you got to make a biopic to win an Oscar. I guess that's how it works, but I'm very happy he won. And of course, Best Picture went to Oppenheimer once again. So glad, so glad. Oppenheimer, his second favorite movie last year. I'm so happy it won for the Oscar. But those are my thoughts on the 2024 Oscars. What did you guys think of the winners? What did you guys think of the ceremony? I really enjoyed it. And let me just say, I'm just Ken.